Do you trust your intuition? Do you trust yourself when it comes to making decisions in your soulful spiritual business? I find that actually this is one of the biggest challenges in growing a business. There's so many other stories and paradigms and belief systems that are out there that can interfere with the frequency, if you know what I mean. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Melanie Dean. I co-own a yoga studio where I teach Kundalini yoga, meditation, gong, and we also run day retreats. I also offer online coaching for business owners, as well as creating online courses to help people grow their business while still staying aligned. And I've also been growing a wellness business since 2011. So I've been in the industry of well-being and business for quite some time. And for me, trusting myself has been a really important part of my journey. So amplifying my connection to my intuition has led me to co-own a yoga studio, has led me to move to Australia and live by the beach, and also coming back to the UK when actually my family needed me before I even knew they needed me. So why is trusting your intuition important in growing a business? Well, one, it keeps you aligned with your goals, with your dreams, your desires. Number two, it stops you from getting the mind involved, overthinking, bringing in the past, bringing in the possibilities that might happen, and it just helps us stay calm. And number three, it stops us getting caught up in other people's paradigms, other people's expectations. It helps us connect to our soul purpose and what we're here to do, rather than maybe somebody else's idea for us. Now I have a few questions for you that's going to help build that trust in yourself. First question is, think of a time when you made a really good decision. How did it feel? So you might want to close your eyes down, and then you can go inwards and find in your mind's eye, without overthinking it. It doesn't have to be something big, but when you made a good decision. And can you observe where in the body you felt that, and how did it feel? Maybe you even had a color. So you might want to write that down. Number two, think of a time when you made a bad decision. Same again, you might want to close your eyes. Don't overthink it. It might be something small. It doesn't have to be like a big whopper. What did it feel like? Where did it feel? The third question is, when did you seemingly make a bad decision, but it actually turned out for the best unexpectedly? Same thing again, eyes closed, going inwards. Observe that feeling. Now you can come back to these three questions and use this as an exercise to help guide you when you're making a decision that's maybe a big thing. You can come into feeling rather than coming into the mind and the thoughts and the ego that's trying to protect you. See if you can drop into how does it feel, and drop to the seat of the soul where we can connect upwards, so we can tune into our soul purpose, and then also connect in with how it feels in the body physically. Practice this as much as you feel you need to in order to build that trust with yourself. Again, put that in with meditation or with journaling or whatever it might be for you. It could be Kundalini yoga, it could be mantras, whatever it is that you know when you've shown up for yourself in a certain way, you just feel different. You just trust, you just go with those inspired action. The mental chatter is quieter and it just doesn't push in, it doesn't get as involved. So another question I have for you is this: what would happen if you just did everything that came to your mind? Maybe you just did for a month. If you had an idea to reach out to someone, or a thought came in that you need to do something, if you just did it, you didn't even write it down on your to-do list, you completely bypassed all that and you just went for it and you did it, and you did that for about a month, let's say, or even just tried it for a week, how different do you think life might look, life might be? Does that excite you? Does it scare you a little bit? Is it a fear in a good way, or is it a fear in an, not quite yet, I'm not ready for that yet kind of way? No right or wrong, but just observe it and make a decision for yourself. Do you want to do that for a day, for 3 days, a week, a month, a year? And please let me know if you decide to do this, and put it in the comments section, because I really want to find out how just even doing that could inspire or change your life, or change a trajectory of your life. Let me know in the comments. And while I mention it, please feel free to like, share and subscribe if any of this is beneficial and helpful. So thank you in advance. So next, I also want you to consider what would happen if you didn't follow your intuition, if you didn't pick up on that inspired action, if you didn't do those things that were coming to you. what would happen over time? Maybe on day one wouldn't be actually much of a difference, and maybe day two, maybe week one, maybe even a month. But maybe those decisions over time creates a slight edge where initially it's not much of a difference, but over time it might take you on a place actually where you don't want to be. And how would that make you feel? Sometimes it can be the things that we don't want that can inspire us and motivate us, as well as the things that we do want to move towards and we do want to create. And it's not right or wrong. When I first started business in 2011, it was definitely me getting away from something that inspired me. It wasn't houses and yachts and travel initially. Actually, no, it was travel. But initially, it was to make ends meet. It was to have choices. It was to say no to jobs that I didn't want to do, that didn't feel good. I was a dancer at the time when I first started in business, but I was also doing other jobs in between to make ends meet. I knew that if I put focus and intention and energy into my business, that I knew I could get away from that. So that was my way around it. It was coming away from something rather than moving towards something. As I've already mentioned, meditation is just a fantastic way for us to clear the mental clutter and to quieten the mind. I personally love guided meditation. I love visualizations, and I really appreciate Kundalini yoga meditations as well, with mantras. I do have meditations on my channel, and if you have a bit of a love-hate with meditation, you might want to consider my meditation course as well. And this really has an abundance of all different kinds of meditations, as well as some really great tips in there too. And my goal is to go live with the meditation on Monday. Technologically wise, I need to double check I can do that, but that's the goal. So make sure you subscribe to find out about that. So the next thing that I want you to consider is self-compassion and having grace for yourself. You might feel like, I should know this. I teach this out. I coach this. I get it. But what makes us good coaches, what makes us great mentors, is sometimes having challenges, is having experiences. Maybe you're a relationship coach and you know that you always trust your intuition when it comes to relationships, but in business, not so much. So give yourself compassion for that. Give yourself the ability again to be that beginner, to be a learner, to not know everything, to not be a know-it-all. I put my hands up to this where I sometimes feel like I should know that, or I should be better at that. But honestly, over the years, I've really learned to just give myself a bit of grace and a bit of love. And also what I realized was that judgment from myself is going to pour out onto others. And I don't want to judge others. It's normal that we do, but I don't want to be doing that. And so if I can quieten that judgmental thoughts down, for me, that's going to then spread beyond my physical body. It's going to spread out energetically as well. So it goes without saying, learning to trust your intuition and trust yourself isn't about being successful at it straight away. It's, again, having compassion with yourself. So I hope from this video you learn to get excited about trusting your intuition, whether it's a quick decision about reaching out to somebody, or whether you get a great opportunity that comes your way and you release fear and you decide to go for it and trust your intuition. As I mentioned in the beginning, me learning to trust my intuition and trusting myself has enabled me to grow businesses that feel good, that feel aligned. It's enabled me to bring in boundaries as well that makes me feel good and enables me to work in a pace and a place that I can do with longevity. So just to recap and make clear is, when we trust our intuition, it gives us this huge ability to work smarter and not harder. And just a reminder, make sure you go through those journaling questions. You've reached this far of the video, make sure you do those little actions. Make sure you find the way for you that helps you trust your intuition. And if you feel like you need guidance, I have an amazing online course, if I might say so myself, called Surrender versus Taking Action to Grow Your Online Business. When to take action and drive it forward through boots on the ground versus tuning in to the energetics and feeling aligned to create, again, a higher frequency for business growth. Feel free to reach out. I'll be in the comments section. And a massive thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again today for my next video. And maybe I will be going live with a meditation on Monday evening. Thank you so much. Bye.